Hello, everyone. Welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. Welcome back for another review and recap for The Flash, Season 2. This is Episode 10. It is entitled Potential Energy. So, we're back, guys, from this break. I mean, it seems like it's been taking forever, but it really wasn't that long. So, the mid season break is finally over. We got Episode 10 now. And I gotta say, I thought the episode was okay. I didn't think it was fantastic. I thought it was okay. Maybe I was just hoping for something like monumental or something from the holiday break or whatever. But I was like, okay, whatever. I mean, we got to see this fairly cool metahuman though, the turtle, who can basically stop. He doesn't like stop time. He just like slows it down or slows it down everything around it or so. It's weird, but I thought he was kind of cool character. I was like, oh, okay, he can basically put a stop on everything except time because the clock was still running, so it was kind of weird. Um, but I forget the actor who plays the turtle. I know he was on Battlestar Galactica, um, but I want to say, I mean, Douglas was what his name, Douglas something or Aaron. I don't know, but anyway, yeah, I think he's great. I think he's really, really good. And but the whole character itself was a cool character, but it was just kind of flat because it was just like, okay, they got the turtle. He can do this. He's coming in. He's stealing things, and at the end, he kidnaps Patty Spivot. Which this episode was highly about Patty Spivot. This episode it was Patty Spivot oriented. But he comes in, kidnaps Spivot, and Flash saves her. And they put him in the particle accelerator jail or whatever. And then Dr. Wells drills him through his brain and like steals whatever out of his brain. And that was it. That was the whole object, was to get the turtle and kill him. We got to that point, and then who knows what, I mean, I guess he's going, who knows what Dr. Wells is going to do. Is he going to use that to, to like empower himself so he can somehow stop Zoom? Or is he going to give it to Barry or somebody else, or who knows what his plan is? We know he agreed to help Zoom steal Barry's speed, but I don't know what his whole objective is. Is he going to help Zoom or is he going to help Barry? I don't know. Something, there's a lot of mystery still going on there. We do know it's all about his daughter. I mean, I think his actions are justified. I mean, unlike the Eobard Thawne from season one, Reverse Flash. I mean, his whole thing was about to kill Barry. I mean, that's all he wanted to do, was just to end up killing him, stealing his power or whatever for his own personal gain. Where um, this Harrison Wells, the real Harrison Wells, I mean, he obviously, his daughter's being held hostage by Zoom, and it's totally understandable what he's doing. So it's all to try to save her. So I totally understand that. But um, so there, there was that. There was the stuff going on with, like I said, Patty Spivot. And this was highly a Patty Spivot oriented show. I mean, or episode. And I really, really like Patty Spivot. I think she's a great character. Um, but it was just like, totally understand. I mean, Barry keeps taking her to these places and then leaving. It's just like, you can only do that so many times. Um, and it's totally understandable. And she's like, I'm leaving. Goodbye. And she's like, I'm leaving the town. And she just walks away. I was like, well, at least, let him talk and maybe let him explain. But I don't think she's gone. I think she'll be back. I know Barry was having these dreams about her getting kidnapped by Zoom or something. So I mean, I think something more is going to happen there. I don't think she's gone. I think she'll come back. Um, but I hate it. I would hate that if she left. I think she. I mean, they invested so much in the character and in the relationship and in that chemistry there, and then they're just like, "We're gone. Goodbye." I was like, "What?" I mean, do something else there. Barry was going to tell her that he was the Flash. He didn't do it. I don't know if it would even matter now. I mean, maybe she's already set on leaving. Who knows? Um, but I really hope she doesn't leave. I don't think she will, but we'll see. Um, but the other stuff that was going on, Wally West. I mean, the whole thing with Wally West, and he's like drag racing around. And, I'm a car guy, and when I seen the cars, I was just like, okay, that's awesome. But it felt a little bit too much like, um, kind of like a Fast and Furious episode or something. It was kind of weird seeing that in the Flash, but I didn't mind it too much. Um, and I believe Wally West is supposed to be kind of a smartass, so I guess that's why they were trying to get around to that. And he's just like, telling Joe, "You're a detective. Well, why didn't you know that I was around?" Well, I mean, your mother never said anything. It's just like, why would you even say that? I mean, she left. I mean, there was no way to even know. I mean, it wasn't totally Joe's fault. I mean, why doesn't he blame the mother for not telling him? I mean, there's two sides there, so it was kind of weird. I think he was kind of being a little bratty. But it seems like maybe they repaired the relationship towards the end. They're going to have the Chinese food or whatever at the end and the sit down. So maybe we'll see more of him. Should be interesting where they go with that, because it seems like I would think that Wally West would become a fairly pretty much regular on the show. I mean, it's Wally West. I mean, something's got to go there with him getting some type of speed force of some type. So maybe he gets in with Barry and Iris. Maybe they start, developing a bond or something, and maybe something goes down. Something happens. He'll get his speed force that way. Who knows? So it should be interesting where they go with that. But the I didn't really have too much negatives. I mean, there were a few negatives here and there that I mentioned, but the whole Wally West being bratty. I mean, it was like whatever. Um, Patty Spivot, leaving so quickly. I was just like, what? That was kind of weird. The turtle didn't really have much to do. He was kind of cool character, but he was just like a one and done thing. It was just like, wow, that's unfortunate. Um, but the whole the ending thing though, the whole thing with Eobard Thawne at the end, Reverse Flash zooming, coming back in, basically at the beginning of like season 1 or something. It's kind of weird. Um, it should be interesting how they explain that. I'm starting to get confused because there's so many freaking realities. I'm just like, well, Eobard Thawne was just like destroyed. I mean, is he the Eobard Thawne of the other Earth or what? I mean, yeah, I mean, it should be interesting to see where they go with that. He's got Gideon again. He's got the suit. I mean, it should be interesting to see Eobard Thawne, the real Eobard Thawne, maybe go up against the Flash. Uh, that should be interesting because last year it was just Harrison Wells, and he looked like he was Eobard Thawne, but he looked like Harrison Wells. It should be great to see the actual real Eobard Thawne maybe do something. Maybe they'll team up against Zoom or something. I don't know. Or maybe Zoom and Thawne will team up. I mean, that would be interesting too. But um, it should be, like I said, it should be cool to see where they go with that. I'm getting confused on the whole reality thing of like, who's this character from now? I mean, is he from Earth 2 or 3? Or, I mean, did he come from like an alternate reality? I mean, like, what in the world is going on? But yeah, um, that should be cool to see where they go with that for next week. I got to believe, they're going to touch on that at some point, probably next week. Because I think the episode next week is called "The Reverse Flash Returns." So yeah, they have to talk about that. That's probably going to be a big fight. They're going to see Eobard Thawne, and people are going to lose their minds. There's going to be what in the world is going on? So I think that's going to be a cool episode next week. I haven't seen the trailer for next week's episode, so I have no idea. So I'm hoping that it's going to be great. But Cisco. I mean, the whole thing. Another thing with Jay Garrick, and Caitlin. I mean, they're having a relationship. We find out Garrick is not well. And I was like, oh, come on, really? Another one? I mean, I really hate the plot device of, oh, this guy's sick or this woman's sick, or I mean, I think it's a kind of a weak plot device to pull at the heartstrings a little bit. I think it's kind of weak. I really wish they wouldn't do that. I'm not a fan of that in shows or movies or whatever. When they say, "Oh, this person's sick," and I'm like, let's feel bad for them. I'm like, "Oh God, really?" I mean, I don't really, I hate that in shows. I really do. Um, but it should. We'll see where they go with it. And let's hope that they find Zoom and they can, or get the Speed Force back for Garrick or something. Um, but yeah. And then when they share the wine out of the beaker, I thought that was kind of weird. That was kind of a negative. I was like, oh, come on. I mean, is that thing even clean? I mean, you're drinking out of that? It was weird. I thought it was kind of weird. I wouldn't drink out of that. I wouldn't, for me personally. Um, but um, but yeah, guys. If there's anything I might have missed, please write in the comments below. There was a little bit of stuff going on in this episode. I thought it was an okay episode. It wasn't the greatest coming back from the holiday break, but I think next week will probably be a little better. But if there's anything I might have missed, please write in the comments below. Also, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I really would appreciate it. But that will do it for me for this week for The Flash. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.